It's Loudmouth here. Hope everybody's having a good day. So, if you read the title of the video, you know that we're going to be having a talk. Now, I've been around a long time. Now I can admit I've been around the whole time of this game. I came in around Wild Appalachia 5-6 months after it dropped in the first place. But anyways, to the point, I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs. Hell, I've been through them. I've watched this game grow, and I've watched it sink. I've been on the boat while it was sinking, and yeah, I'm still here. After all the bullshit. But the points I want to get to today, and I want to talk about a few things. First of which being, now I want to I want it to be known that I don't want to offend anyone. And I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I love this game, and I always have. I've stuck up for it even when I've, it's made me look, bad. That's here nor there. This is about Bethesda, more or less. And about the players. And how there's a lot of people, yeah, everybody's got something to say, and, well, the thing about that is I really want to send a message to the player, mostly the new player, okay, in regards to a lot of stuff, but I also want to send a message to Bethesda. Now, I'm just starting out, whatever, but, maybe in some way, somehow, it'll get out there, or, I feel like if something's said, it'll make a bit of a difference. Maybe things will change. Who knows? But then again, that's not what the point of this is. Not entirely. But I do want to talk about how this game, for 3 years, was a literal wasteland. Well, not 3 years. It's about a year or so, almost 2. It's quite a long time after it dropped. It's just a wasteland, and most of you know this. A lot of you who are coming in or coming in the last couple of years never really had to see that side of the game. It was really, the players really were about making it a game more than anything, because there was nothing else, other than some robots. But I just want to make the point of, this game has evolved, absolutely, and it's come a long way. But time and time and time again, Bethesda does not listen. They do not listen to us at all. And when they finally do, they never get the message clear. Sometimes they hit the nail on the head. They do. Sometimes. Most of the time, they don't at all. We've been asking for, like, different bug fixes and things for a long time. And there's things that happen in this game that have been happening since the beginning that, you know, even the developers and people who play the game, and I've heard it right out of their mouths, that they have to play the game. Everybody who works for Bethesda has to play the games at some level. Some more, some less, but everybody has to play the game. So, with that being in mind, what the hell's going on in there? If they're playing the game, how don't they know half the problems that have been going on since the beginning of this game? Like, I mean, I can tell you one, for instance. Now, this only is a problem for one build. Really. But you have to be that build to understand how it's a problem. And there's a lot of different builds. So, perfect example. Your bloody build, such as myself. I speak from experience. That's what all this is. So you're at the Queen, and you die. Now, that's your bloody build. You're gonna die, probably, more or less. It's the price you pay for power and boosted stats. Anywho, so you die at the Queen. Now it loads you back in the nuke zone almost 90% of the time. And I've done the Queen enough to know that it's like 90% of the time it dumps you into the nuke zone. Now, I understand that the event is triggered by the nuke, and it's technically still in the nuke zone. But my argument has always been, shouldn't the event now be taking place where everybody is, where they're not in the nuke zone? That's old school. People fighting the Queen in the nuke zone in power armor, and I mean, nobody has done that for a very long time because they know how to place a nuke. Or drop one, sorry. So, anyways, so it loads you back into this nuke zone, even though all the players are outside of it, and the event is now going on inside there. Loads you in, and you're already at low health. Now, okay, you're probably thinking, why don't you just throw on, or why don't you just jump in power armor at the start of the fight? Or why don't you just throw on your radiation outfit? Now, I'm going to speak in terms of past and future, because in the past, there was no Chinese stealth armor, there was only hazmat suits, and then your drugs and your power armor. And, you know, that's a whole in-depth thing, but the whole thing is if you come back and you're in the nuke zone, you're already low health, you're probably going to die again, and you do, sometimes over and over. And the thing is whether or not you use something to save yourself from the rats. Okay, good idea. But here's the thing. Your bloody build, your whole entire build is mostly based on your armor, unyielding. If you don't have your armor on, you're not getting the stats that you have, so you're not able to carry what you normally could, because you get boosted strength. And if you have extra strength, you're going to be carrying more, which you're always going to end up being over encumbered. It's just going to happen. I mean, you're going to have to carry a hell of a lot less to never have that happen whenever you drop below Nerd Rage or don't have your unyielding on. So, herein lies the problem. The event itself only takes so long. People, it depends, it varies, you know. Sometimes the event can drag out a bit depending how many people, what their level is, what weapons are being used. You can have considerable amount of time, but sometimes it's not always the case. And in these days, in the future of the game, a lot of the time the queen's dropping really quick. You know, you have only got so much time to get in there and get back in there.
Here's awesome like.
And the thing is what I don't appreciate is how they've never tried to cater to that. The fact that I've only got a bit of time to get my armor back on. What if it's broken, then I got to repair it? There's that whole thing too. But let's just talk about getting the armor back on. I want to get my armor back on before the queen dies for multiple reasons, not even just being over encumbered. The unyielding's boosting my intelligence, so I'm going to get extra experience from all the kills. So I am going to be trying to get my armor back on despite what's happening before I finish the queen, or even if I have got shots on her and everybody else is just going to kill her before I can shoot her again. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to get as much experience without my unyielding on. That's just how that works. Now, I understand that it... Thank you. I understand that...
Getting back to my stream.
I understand that everybody, there's different builds. Not everybody's a bloody build and everything, but they've never even they know about that. There's no way they don't know about that. Even if the players haven't told them, the developers play are none of them bloody builds. What's going on in there? They don't try out the things that they produce because, you know, and that's just a whole other story. But the thing is for me being around for years, man, I've heard people rage quit, get really mad just because of dying over and over again. And going back to the whole nuke zone thing, when you get loaded back into that nuke zone, and, you know, you die, and then you die again. You, as the player, should know that if you die too many times at a queen or certain events, the game will glitch out and it won't let you respawn. I don't even need to get really into where that leads. You don't get anything then. You don't get the event. You're gone. Everything you did, it was just all just a big waste. And now, if you want to even try to get back to that server to loot the queen, you better have hoped you're on a team. So that's the only way to get back. So the problem is
Hi crazy guy, send me.
Hey man, how's it going? So the problem is you know, they don't listen to their players. That has been a problem since day one. That has been a problem forever. And you can't have, you know, things in your game that are there for you to obtain, use,
eBay
like
is
bloody
a pretty
build
cool place to shop.
and all that. So like, I apologize. I'm just getting a message thing in the background, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to happen. I found a way to get the conversation off the side of the screen, so it's just telling me. So I'm just a little new to this. Excuse me. So they know that has been going on forever. I've seen people rage quit over that, and you know, whether or not somebody's temper is getting the best of them and whatever, who cares? But the thing is it's their game, and they just don't fix it. You know, they have been told about problems over and over and over again. I mean, you all know about your legendary falling through the game, right? You know what I'm saying? Falling right through the floor. That used to be. That happens still here and there. It happened to me yesterday while I was fighting Earl. He completely disappeared after we finished him. So, but that used to be a pandemic back in the day. And I say pandemic because it was everywhere. There's holes in the map everywhere. You just never knew when your legendary would just fall through the thing. And it, you know, we got through that, and it's gotten better. So I'm not saying they never listen, but they don't listen to a lot. They don't. They ignore so much that the player is telling them. I mean, all you have to do is go on YouTube, and you can see. You know, I mean, my biggest issue is all the new players coming into the game, and some of this stuff that these players get to obtain, or the ways that they have to, or even just the problems of the past. You know, I'm not, you know, gonna see you be like, you don't know how easy you got it. I'm not gonna be like that. You know, I like new players. I'm all for any level player. Bring them all. Let's go. Let's go kill the queen. You know, I'll try to keep you alive if you're having a hard time, honestly. But the point is even the young player coming in, they have no idea what bullcrap this game has been through. It's been a mess. It's been a mess, and it still is.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
A bit of a mess. And honestly, even now, they can't, for the life of them, come up with something really new. Okay, this test your metal thing is interesting. Okay, it is. But we'll get into that in a sec. And the alien thing. Alright. So, thing is...
I heard that this game is a mess. Is that true?
It's...
Whereas the Muffin Man.
It has been a mess. It's not the mess it was. It's a lot better now. And it's getting even better. The future has been a little shaky, but to get back to my point, as you all know, or those of you who've been around long enough know about Mischief Night, the event. That was a good event. That was Bethesda coming up with ideas right there in its finest. Now, I understand it lagged out the servers and all this and everything, and whatever their excuse is today, or this Halloween, past Halloween, I should say. The issue is like, they made that event, and then they didn't bring it back. So, and now I'm gonna I'm gonna trail off, hold on, to another event. The Christmas Scorched. Now, when that first dropped, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was new. That was something we all thought was cool. All of us were excited because they made a enemy, but they dressed him up and whatever, okay? And it just made it more fun because it was a new thing. It was like, hey, it's kind of a new enemy on the map. And you gotta go after them. And it's like, you know, and you know, we were grinding that out. We have we ground it out. I love that event. So did everybody else. But okay, so then they just kept going with this idea of, oh, let's just get them searching for, you know, another creature, you know, to get another thing, whether it's a present, a pail, a frickin' candy basket. Who gives a shit? Because it just shows laziness. It shows like they just have no ideas. Because regardless of whether or not it's a new enemy, not really, okay? They just put a new name on it. It's a Scorched with a Christmas outfit on. It's a Scorched with a fucking Halloween outfit on. It's a mole miner that's larger than the other mole miners. I mean, and they dressed him up, and he's got some stuff, and he does look kind of trick. But the point is, he's still just a mole miner that they dressed up. It's nothing actually new. Mischief Night was a new event. Now, they haven't really come up with much new lately. I mean, there's the Equinox event. I can honestly say I missed that. I will get into why I missed that later on in this video. But the thing is what really pisses me off is that they will not give us something new. And hear me out. You're probably thinking, oh, well, Broken Steel, or not Broken Steel, all that Brotherhood crap. I'm not even going to get into that right now. But you could also be thinking that new Test Your Metal event, and then the aliens invading, all that's coming. Notice something about both those events? Kind of similar. Running around in an arena area while things spawn in and you kill them. And okay, I haven't done it yet, but that's pretty much it. Okay, in the sense of what we've done in this game and what we've had, yeah, it's got some newishness to it. Now I understand as a company and a business, recycling, that's a smart thing, and I'm not against that. I realize that they recycle a lot of stuff in this game from previous Fallout games. Like it's almost just it's so obvious. It's not even funny. And the thing is they just keep. There was the level in which, when recycling items, and don't get me wrong, I want them to do that because I love the idea of them bringing old stuff back from older games, and it's revamped and it's new, you know. But the thing is where the recycling is starting to piss me off is when they start recycling the Scorched hunt. We gotta hunt down the Scorched for their things, and the The Mona, that's all the same crap. That's all just recycled, reprint bull crap. Nothing, no anything put in there. And on top of it, I don't even want to, like, not the rewards from all of that. Nothing new. You have so much time to find these guys and get the pails, or you can pay for them. It's really up to you. But you're only going to have so much time to get everything. And they've dropped from the first time the mole miners, the treasure hunters, sorry, dropped. The first time, from the very first time to now. All they've done with the loot pool is squashed it all together. So it's made it so if you are trying to get something, it's going to be rather hard, because the time you have...
An expensive piece of army issue equipment, that suit is going to come out of your pay.
So the problem is they just keep recycling and recycling, and they're not even, like, they don't even care. Like that whole loot pool thing, it's just not, it's not working. It doesn't work. They're not presenting anything really new. Now, they do give us a lot of free stuff, and that, you know, and I get that there has to be an end where they have to make money and all that, and that's the Atom Shop, and I'm not even going to get into any of it. That's whatever. But when it comes to what they're presenting us as their player base, it's shite. It is. It's shite. When I first started this game, we would get new things. We would get outfits that would actually, like, you know, and still, like, in a way, outfits are still a big thing, and there is still a lot of new stuff like that. But they used to drop more. There was more when there was more weapons coming into the game, like when they first dropped all the Gauze weapons, and, you know, and you think about all the weapons that they have locked out to us that we can't turn into legendaries. See, they don't really listen to us. They listen to what we're saying, and they take bits and pieces, you know. Because, and I'll tell you why I know that. Because when we all wanted a legendary crafting system, remember that? I bet you remember that. Everybody wanted this system. Everybody wanted this thing. And this is what I thought. Everybody thought this. And I know. We all thought we were going to be able to take a 2-star weapon. Like, whatever, it doesn't matter. A bloody faster fire rate submachine gun, okay? And it's only a 2-star. And you want to get a 3-star. You want to get a 3rd star on that. Or there was the whole idea of, if you have a weapon that has something on it, like you have a bloody explosive handmade, but it has bashing damage, and you just want to get rid of that for anything else. The whole idea that we had, that we presented to them for the crafting system, was being able to re-roll that individual effect, or roll a 3rd effect onto it. What do they give us? Well, they showed us ignorant. They showed us how ignorant they are. That's what they definitely showed us, because in what they gave to us, showed us how ignorant they are. We get this system that is like, if you got a 2-star, that's got good 2 stars and you just want to put a 3rd star, you can't do that. You'll re-roll the whole weapon. And then with the giant loot pool of effects that they dropped with the legendary crafting system, it makes it even harder to get what you're trying to get. It's supposed to make it easier, because now you're just working on one weapon instead of just randomly getting weapons from the purveyor. So, what I don't understand is, how in the hell did they think that's what we wanted? To this day, people still don't like that about the legendary crafting system and hoped that they were going to change it. And yeah, obviously some time's gone by and we've just given up on that and we accept for what it is now. It's where you go to try to get the weapon that you've been trying to get. Like, you just roll out one individually and you might get the effects you want, and that's just it. You know what I mean? And yeah, okay, so we've accepted it, but that doesn't mean it's good, and that doesn't mean that it works, and it doesn't mean that they listen at all. It shows they don't. So now, one of the biggest problems is they have the legendary system, and they also have this whole series of weapons that you can't drop to anyone, and armor. And nobody wants that. And whether it makes it easier for them or whatever it's supposed to be doing, locking it to a character so you can't trade it to anyone. You can't even trade it between your own characters. You can't drop it on the ground. This is still a problem. Nobody wants this. We all want a system that allows us to be able to trade between characters, or we just want that whole, you know, your weapon's locked to your character. We want that crap gone. I just wish that they would actually like do the cool things that people have gone out of their way to, you know, to tell them about. Like, there's people who give them ideas all the time. They don't listen, really. Okay, so test your metal. It's just robots, like the Automatron DLC from Fallout 4. Now again, this is the recycling part that I don't mind, because it's bringing something back. That's cool. I don't know how the event's going to be. Looks kind of dumb. But the problem is, why it is looking kind of dumb to me is because you can go in there, and I was just looking this up. They might fix it. Hopefully they will, but they might go in there and, you know, you go in there with one person and apparently it's supposed to be the same difficulty as being in there with a ton of people. That's kind of screwed up. I mean, you know, one of my biggest issues with this game is you know, they just keep dropping upteen different types of armor to us, and there's this whole sense of community with the players. The armor we all wear, is all of it, for most of us in late game, it's all undroppable. Secret Service, Brotherhood, Recon, the new Arctic, Marine Arctic, whatever. It's all, you know, it's all been... It's all been, thank you. It's, I'm sorry, I'm losing, so, damn it. Well, I just really wonder why they don't listen to the players, why they won't fix the things that they know exist in this game. Another thing probably that is a major problem, I think, is that they're trying to, like, they're slowly trying to get rid of the bloody build. It was kind of working, and it did, in a way, because not the bloody build, but they kind of killed the build with the last drop of things. They killed the junkies build. And there are some people who are probably still going to stick by it, obviously, but it's, you know, really killed the junkie build. I guess it's aristocrats or something like that. And, you know, they just keep... they keep trying to, you know, dumb this game down, and instead of putting in the work to fix the game, they just get rid of things, right? They just get rid of the problem instead of actually trying to make it work, because they originally put it in the game to make it work with the game. So instead of trying to root it out or just ultimately get rid of it entirely, why not fix it? Why not balance it? I mean, Nuclear Winter is a perfect example. They got rid of Nuclear Winter, and it was in beta forever, and everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people love Nuclear Winter, and they made it really hard for people to not want it to go, especially when they're throwing all them perk coins at people. It just became final at that point, you know. It was total bullcrap. They refused to fix it, so they abandoned it. I mean, doesn't that kind of tell us should be worried a little? If they're willing to just abandon Nuclear Winter like they did, when people were fighting as hard as they were to keep it, and it worked for the most part, enough that it had a lot of people playing it. So they just cut it out, cut the fat, and they bring us this fucking garbage, Fallout Worlds, and I don't care what they do to tweak it. I mean, I guess if they were to make it so we can get experience on our main character, but then again, it does still, what's the point then? Then what's the even point of your main character if you just have that character? Then why not make all of that in this world? Why is there two separate worlds, one with options, one with not? And if it's just going to have a paywall, I don't know if it... I'm pretty sure that the Fallout Worlds is free. But still, like... how did they even justify that working? Has anybody actually ever took the time to sit down and think about that? The mode allows you to change all these settings, all these crazy settings, and People want it so you can get experience, okay, from it, okay? All right, so they're making it so you're going to be able to make score. You can continue to level up the scoreboard on the Fallout Worlds. Okay, all right, sure. So that in itself is just a show of eventually it's either going to merge into you gaining experience on your main character, or it's not going to... I don't even know. I don't know what their overall plan is, like where they're going with that. But if that's eventually the way they are going to go, where you earn experience on your main character through going into a Fallout world, then why not just shut down Fallout Worlds and make the main world, give it more options instead of having a separate world? It doesn't make any sense. You know, personally, I like leveling up, and personally, even if I'm still able to make score going to the Fallout world, there's going to be things that are like, oh, you gotta, earn experience. There's one that's like a continual challenge where you just, if you get 10,000 experience, you get 100 score. So okay, that's great. I'm leveling up on my scoreboard, but it's like I kind of want to be able to level up my guy too. So it's like leveling him up while going up on the scoreboard. It's kind of it goes hand in hand on the main world. So if I'm just jumping on there to get up in the scoreboard, like, that's cool and everything, but why wouldn't I just stay in the main world and do that anyway and level up my guy? Like, I guess in a way it's going to be like, it'll be way different because you can turn VATs off and do all these crazy things, but okay. So essentially what they're allowing people to do is completely glitch through their scoreboard, essentially. Because if you can control crazy things like enemy spawn and your VATs and all these different things, you could pretty much make it so you never die and you're always killing something, and you could spend an hour and probably go up in the scoreboard 10 times, not even doing challenges, just gaining experience because you can control how much spawns around you or whatever. So what are they doing exactly? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't, I get the control part, but at some point when things become too easy, they kind of get to be no fun. Things have to have their challenge. Things have to have their level of difficulty. That's what makes a game a game. I mean, you get bored of something very quickly if it was just completely easy all the time. This isn't a phone game. This is a friggin' online multiplayer game. It's huge. It's massive. So it's never been easy. It shouldn't be that easy, but whatever they're doing there, it don't make a whole lot of sense with me. And I'm not big on the worlds. I don't go to them. I don't touch them. I can honestly admit I went to the one that was supposed to be their idea of a nuclear winter world. It was the same feeling of being able to, yes, run up, find people, and just shoot them dead, okay? But you die, you drop all your ammo, you can't fast travel, and you've got the entire map to run over, and not everybody was in the world, and people could team up and group against you, and there's just a lot of crap. Somebody could just leave your team and shoot you in the back. That's what happened to me. And I mean, like, that's how nuclear winter was. You're on a team, you're on a team. Like, players could, your players or your teammates could screw you over in different ways, but they could never leave the team and shoot you to death. I mean, so that was definitely not like nuclear winter. But almost nothing about it was like nuclear winter, other than, like I said, running up, being able to just kill guys, and no fast travel, you know, and the whole dropping everything on death. Well, yeah, that's kind of... But, like, no fast travel was cool, too. So there was little bits and pieces that were like nuclear winter, but the majority of it was not at all. So, you know, they got rid of nuclear winter. A working game mode for that mess. Well, I just want all the people to know that even though I'm sitting here and I'm saying what I'm saying about this game, I still hope for the best for this game. I always have. I'm still here, still playing, and I'll probably be here in the future of the game, honestly. There's things I'm looking forward to. But, you know, people do need to realize, though, that this game has had its ups and downs. And in the last year, the people who have been joining, maybe even a little longer than that, have it very, very easy in a lot of ways. You know, they don't have to deal with an empty world. They don't have to deal with as many bugs and issues as there was. They don't you know what I mean? There's a lot of the game that has changed, and it really, what like has really kind of turned into an issue is they are constantly catering to the new player, and yeah, you know, as a business, that's what you do. You gotta try to get people in. I get that. That's, you know, I totally understand that. But what my issue is nobody will listen to the older player, and everything has really been just catering to the newer player, and they've really just gone and forgotten its player base, the ones that actually stuck with this game and, like, in a way kept it alive. And there's little hint bombs to kind of prove that this Halloween was a big hint drop to that. When they dropped the event for Halloween, now we've all been wanting Mischief Night back, and they basically told us that it was just not going to happen. And we've been waiting a couple of years for that to come back. I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure they just skipped out on Halloween altogether last year. I feel like there was no event, but there was, like, you could get an outfit, or there was some stuff. I might be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first year of the Halloween Scorched. So they release this event, and we've all been waiting for something for Halloween, and they finally give us something, and it's just this reprint of the Scorched. Now, most of us at this point are already like, what the hell? Or what the fuck is that? That is totally I don't care what they're wearing, I don't care what they have, I don't care. It's stupid. And the whole candy bull handed out candy shit, that was dumb, man. You can hear it popping. Stupid popcorn maker. Just to grind out for people to come get candy, and just, it was It's stupid. When Mischief Night first dropped, there was so many new rewards and outfits and things to get, and it was awesome. And instead of giving us something new in terms of event, what do they give us? A reprint of this Christmas event. Alright. That's fine. I was willing to accept that. But then, well, willing, trying, on a fine line of both those things. I noticed that as I'm getting candy things, as I'm getting them, I'm noticing there's absolutely nothing new dropping with these. No new camp items, no new outfits, nothing. What? Are you serious? Yes, it was easy. It was a little harder to get all the outfits from Mischief Night, and that's something that did change. Is yeah, you were able to get a lot more outfits, and every one from the trick or treat banks. But there was nothing new at all, and I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid and pointless. Other than just collect some shit, get some script, and you know, all that. Maybe have a chance for good legendary off of one of these spooky fuckers. Cool. That's all it came down to, was that. Because nothing I could get would be new. And okay, yeah, I understand that a lot of new players benefited from that. Cool. I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad that everybody was able to get a lot of those outfits, even though it turned the ones that I had and a lot of people had from being rare to not rare at all. That's fine. But they catered to the new player by allowing them to be able to get all that again. And us, yes, most of us already had most of it. Some of us were waiting around again to be able to get it again. But you think the ones from back in the day were waiting to be able to do the event again to get the same crap? No, we were hoping for new stuff. They gave us nothing new. They gave the new player something new, because to a new player, that would be new. Would be completely new. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, well, why? Like, why would you leave us out? We have been waiting for a long time for you guys, too long for you guys to not only drop a new event for Halloween, but new stuff. That's a big thing. New events mean new stuff. Well, we didn't get either of that. We didn't get a new event, we didn't get new stuff, and we just got left out. And whether or not a lot of us did it, and I'm assuming a lot of us did still do the event, because yeah, it's there. You do it still, but the enjoyment, being excited, having fun, knowing that it was something new, like an event should be. Like, even if they just repeated Mischief Night again for Halloween, and then for Christmas we do the Hunting the Scorched, and that's it for the Scorched, just the Christmas, and then when it comes to the Pales, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want, but like, get some new stuff in there, because it's really dumb to have a huge loot pool and it's just reprint, and that's it. It's like every time they come back, you just have another chance to get some of the stuff you didn't get before. If everybody's doing it, though, eventually, you know, you're going to end up with a lot of extras in the world. People are going to end up with theirs, what they're looking for eventually, one way or another. Whether it's getting it from a player because they got extras, or, you know, the event dropping again. But a lot of the time in between those times, you got to look around, and it's all up to the players in that case. So, you know, and they don't listen to us at all. And there's so many ways to show it. And a big one for me is every time they drop a new event, not event like, you know, the Brotherhood of Steel stuff kind of thing. That's a big one. But I'm going to go right back to Wastelanders, when Wastelanders drop, okay? And that's when all the people came to the world. And I was here. One day there was no one. Next day, people everywhere. It was crazy. It was awesome. It was. But I'm going right back to that. When it was back in the past, and we was going through all the missions for not Foundation, but like we had to start at the bar. What is that bar called? The Wayward. Or no, you had to go to the Vault. Sorry, you started the Vault. You talked to the two ladies out there, and then you head to the Wayward eventually. But the thing was about that all of it is, you know, there's two things. Every time they would give you something, if it wasn't an outfit, you know, you'd get a weapon. But every time Bethesda has some sort of story mode mission and you get a weapon from, they always give you the shittiest fucking weapons. Every time. Maybe there's a couple that are okay. Yeah, okay. But for the most part, they drop crappy weapons that they should know, because we as a community, for the past so many years of this game's lifespan, people post videos all the time. If anybody should know, like, what's a good weapon, it's the people who make the game. And if they're not listening to or watching their players, making videos going, oh, well, that's garbage, oh, that's great, this is God roll, this isn't. And you think presenting us with a piece of crap that we're going to script is your way of giving us something? You didn't give us anything. You gave us garbage to script. If you put better effects on those weapons, people wouldn't script them, they'd keep them. But you just present us with garbage. And you deliberately do it too. So I'll move on now quickly to the Brotherhood. The Warglaive. I think it's after you finish the first part. The Brotherhood leader lady, I can't remember her name right now, she destroys the comm system to get in touch with the rest of the Brotherhood. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't done it. But, yeah, she destroys it with a Warglaive. Anyways, so you get a Warglaive after that mission's all over, okay? And they gave us all the same piece of crap one. Everybody got the same one. It's pretty much too. It was like it's rather hard to get a good Warglaive. This was before the legendary crafting system, so it was just up to like the Queen or whatever. And plus, you had to learn the plan from Daily Ops, which had came out around like sometime around the same time as the Brotherhood of Steel stuff. But the Warglaive drops, and it's an instigating, more power attack. I think one strength, I want to say. Maybe even one agility. But it could have been one strength. Now, I don't got a problem with instigating. But you want to give somebody a weapon in this game, you don't give them anything that isn't swing speed. Because you're just wasting their time, you're wasting yours. Because, you guess you're getting rid of a bit of weight in a way. But if you're trying to give somebody a weapon that they're going to use and it's going to benefit them, you don't give them something crappy, you give them something good. Faster fire rate, explosive, or faster swing speed. Now there's a couple other effects that work with like melee weapons and stuff when not having swing speed, and that's only one effect in my opinion, and that is power attack, but the third effect has to be take less damage while power attacking, because they coincide. That is the only weapon that technically would be good versus a faster swing speed. But ultimately, faster swing speed is what you give as a gift. I'm talking about that other weapon variant is one that you would probably keep for yourself or whatever, because it's not bad to try out. It has potential. But a good gift is something swing speed, explosive, right? Faster fire rate. You know, anything else is just considered crap in this game. Script, essentially. You know, especially for a higher level player, it's definitely going to be considered to be garbage. You know, it's like, is this the real gift, or are you actually going to give me, you know, like, because like, it's like, you know, you just gave me script, right? And anybody will know it too. Now you give a low level, a very low level player something in most things, and because they haven't got too many legendaries, they're going to appreciate it. So it's a different situation. But from one high level to another, which in a lot of cases in this game, there's a lot more higher levels than there is lower levels. And then there's really high levels. But the community that shares amongst itself, the large community of this game is going to want weapons that are good. So when they're presenting us with this garbage that has no faster swing speed or the perfect variant of whatever, like, opposite to that, yeah, okay, I guess there was this gun called the Pathfinder they give us. It's 2-shot explosive. I think it's less VATS or something. But it's a 44 Magnum or whatever. So, you know, that's cool and all. But, like, nobody's really going to care much for that weapon, because as much as there's some 2-shot connoisseurs out there and people who still stand by it and love it, it's not as good as it once was. So it used to be really good. It's not as good as it used to be. So for some people that was a hell of a thing to get, but most people just script them. And so, you know, I just really want people to see, like, the evolution, like how these things have all changed, and we've just been sitting here watching it all. And from the new player's perspective, some of the shit seems new and whatever, but you know, a lot of it isn't. A lot of it is just recycled crap for the new community, for the new players. So I'm worried about expeditions and what they're going to be. I'm not going to get into that, but I will make a dedicated video about Bethesdas, about expeditions, when I find out more about it. But other than that, I just wonder when they're actually going to start listening, because you know, they didn't listen when we wanted a crafting system. They didn't listen when we wanted a new event. They didn't listen in a lot of cases. And they recently, after I forgot his name, but the lead director, that guy quit just a little while ago, and everything, like, for Bethesda, and everything went, like, it, like, kind of went dark, and they went quiet, and I was just trying to remember that guy's name, still can't. The problem, like, it went dark, and like they haven't really revealed much, and then there was a whole bunch of problems popping up, and they didn't fix them right away. And a lot of people started getting worried, and then they pop in and they tell us a few things, and I think they did a little bit of a bug fix. And then everybody just all chills out and relaxes, like nothing happened. Like, they like they didn't just leave us in the dark, didn't tell us what was going on. They didn't bring up expeditions and then just... They still haven't spoken about expeditions, actually. It came up, and then that's been it. I haven't heard anything else, really. Somebody, I guess, made a video about how there's the development of it. There's supposed to be this different way about setting up an expedition, and to tell you the truth, I don't even want to get into it, because I'm partly just hoping that that's just the they're working it out. That's not really how it's gonna be. There's gonna be they've actually got something worked out. There's gonna it's not gonna be this, I don't know, outside of the box thing for Bethesda, because honestly, Expeditions is as anyone and any fan of Fallout would know, Expeditions is just Far Harbor, Nuka World, anytime that you go and get in some sort of transportation, go to another part of the map or part of the world or a different part of the world or whatever, that's all this is. And if they aren't willing to do that like they've always done, and that's something that is always stood out to the player. Everybody loved the DLCs for most of the Fallout games. So even me myself, I love Nuka World, I love Far Harbor. So what I'm really hoping is that's what Expeditions is going to be, but I don't know, not entirely sure. But they're good at doing that. They are good at taking you somewhere new, having a weird way about getting there, and you just get this new map to discover, characters, creatures, and that is Bethesda. That's what Bethesda has always done. I mean, when it comes in terms of Fallout, and I just hope they don't stray from that, because the thing is I don't know if they care about the lore of their games, but if they do, I just hope that they're keeping up with that end of it, that this is supposed to be 76 is supposed to be the time frame before everything. So that just, I don't know, that screams a lot of potential when you look at it from that perspective. This is the past before all of the games that we've already played. This is before that. So what could they put in this game that would kind of open up to what is going to happen in the future, and we know what's going to happen, especially us, Fallout players that have been, played the other games that are, privy to the story. They don't realize, how much that stuff people will like. People get excited, people will like that. It's like, oh my, it's like you're doing this mission, And then you realize that's like, oh, this is like you know, like if you read a terminal or somebody was telling you a story in one of the older Fallout games about like a gang of something did this down in this country, you know, it's like or even just to like build the bridge to like what was okay. So there was different characters in the first game, like Fallout number 1, and that's probably the time frame that's closest to this time, if any, right? So like they could really build a bridge to some of the stories that happened in Fallout 1 and some of the characters and stuff like that. Like, and that's what I'm really hoping they do with the Pit DLC, that when we go there, we'll get to see it as it was before. Because, like, when you go there, I think it's the Fallout 3, right? You go there for the, you know, and they talk about, they go to the Pit, and they talk about how the place used to be worse. And there was the Brotherhood come in and cleaned it up, and, you know, cleaned up some of it, like it, and they all talk about how it's so much better than it was. Well, technically, wouldn't that mean when we go to see it now, in the past, wouldn't it be at its worst state? You know, they should really focus on that, you know, like maybe even before the Brotherhood came in and cleaned up shit, like we're there before that time even, and that's still way in the future beyond the time frame we are in now in 76. It's like, I really hope that they have some good stuff in line, because it's just going to be a bunch of just random characters, and they're like, they could make stuff more relatable to the Fallout story, like the actual story, you know, the story we all know is going to open up and develop, and obviously into the later, much later future of the apocalypse, but still, this is the start of it. If you think about how they have put in the work to fix this game, you know, there's a lot of work that they've done, but every time Bethesda fix something, they break something. So, and they used to be so bad at that. So, like, for us older players, every time there's a download, every time there's an upload, we actually are worried. We're actually literally worried. Because it's like, oh great, what's going to break this time? I've been through it all, man. I like broken, unyielding armor that just didn't work. Broken cards just didn't work. You know, just... They just, they go out of their way to make it so hard to obtain things, you know, and then by the time you actually get it, like, and this is probably one of my biggest, hugest problems with them, is how they go about certain things with the item shop, and that's... Okay, so I was a Fallout First member for quite a while. I've stopped for the last while because I'm just tired of some of the bullshit that I'm actually going to get into now. Okay, a while ago, I don't know how long ago, but a while ago, you could get this couch. It was the back end of a Corvega. Trunk was open and it was a couch, but it was only the ass end of the car, okay? They put that in the Atom Shop. I think it was in some kind of like package, like you could get it with something else or whatever. I think it was green or silver. I think it was green. Now, a few months later, or even a couple months, at some point in time after they put that in the Atom Shop, they then, as a Fallout First member, give us a free Corvega seat. It's like a silver one, I think. And they've done this so many times where, and they do it all the time even in the game, where they will sell us something for ridiculous amounts of atoms. And I get they got to make their money, but at some point it's just like, okay, you're just a greedy, ignorant fucking asshole, because I'm buying an outfit that you're selling me for 800 atoms. That's $8. Some more for others. And then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, you're dropping a fucking event and giving it that same fucking outfit away for nothing. And you're changing a slight variant of it. And I've got a perfect example for that. The Skull Lord outfit. I was excited for it. I paid, what, 1,200 atoms for just the outfit. I didn't want anything else from the... I didn't want the power armor, I didn't want anything. I just wanted the Skull Lord outfit. So I paid 1,200 atoms for that. That's $12. 2 weeks later, they did some update where they put some new crap into Daily Ops. Well, one of those new things that they put into Daily Ops, the reward, was the Blood Eagles, was a Skull Lord outfit, but a Blood Eagle variant of that outfit. It was the same goddamn outfit, but with blood on it. That's it. That is it. And the outfit itself is a little darker, but it's the same outfit. They do this all the time, where they will sell us something for a ridiculous amount and then bring it right back out again and put it in the game and give it to everybody for free. They do this too much. This is why I'm not a Fallout First member anymore, and this is why I actually don't get anything from the Atom Shop as opposed to skins or apparels anymore. Unless it is actually something completely new, I'm not even going to jump on it, because they have a way of selling you something that they're just going to give to us later. So, a piece of advice to all players, past, present, and future: do not buy anything from the Atom Shop in terms of apparels. And like even a lot of camp items, they will do that. They will sell it to you, and then they will give it away for free, just slightly different from the one you paid for. And you know darn well, no matter how excited you are about getting something, if you've paid for it and then somebody gets, and then it just drops for free anyways, you know darn well you're just going to go for the free one. Why would you pay for it? So this is for anybody who's watching this. Don't bother with that, because they're just ripping you off. They do it all the time, and they're never going to stop. So just hold out when you see something new in the Atom Shop, because they will just give it away. Like, and it's stupid too, because once you catch on to that, they can't really rip you off anymore, because then you just get it for free and you don't have to pay for the Atom Shop variant. It'll end up in the game. You'll be obtainable. Almost every outfit they've ever presented in the Atom Shop has some way, shape, or form become free in the game. A variant of that. So, and that's a real good piece of advice, because like, that's one of the reasons why I stepped away and I was playing Ark for months. I missed the Equinox. I missed a whole bunch of crap, and I'm not really sad about it. Not at all. You know, I came back because reasons I'm not going to get into right now, but I still play Ark. But I have always loved this game, and I'm glad I'm back. But I'm not gonna sit here and get ripped off, and you know, you shouldn't either. So I do want that to be known, that they don't really, they don't have the right to do that at all. So, like, maybe they have the right, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and let them get away with that if I don't have to. So, you know, I do hope for the future of this game, and, you know, the Atom Shop isn't completely a waste, but, for the most part, you know, I just hope that anybody listening can take from this, you know, like, this game's come a long way, but it hasn't at the same time. They're getting lazier, and it shows all the time. So, but I'll do more rants like this in the past, or in the future. Talking about past and future. I will do more rants like this in the future. I definitely have more to say in regards to different things, but I've actually got a few other videos coming. I'm going to start doing actually tonight. Oh, yeah, I did not making a video last night. Stuff ended up instead of getting too tired, so I went to bed. So, but tonight there, I'm going to be I'm going to make a quick video of I'm going to go hit the purveyor. We're going to grab some we're going to grab a few legendaries from her and some modules, and I'm going to try my luck a little bit. So, you know, hopefully you guys want to see that. And I also have another kill through that I have planned out, and yeah, some other shenanigans. But if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I hope for the future of this game, so, and I hope you do too. Have a good one. Peace out.